Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we want to begin tonight with security video of a deadly hit and run on the southwest side of Indianapolis. We first brought you this story as breaking news last night as IMPD was investigating this case. Tonight our Chase Howell joins me in studio after tracking down that footage. So Chase, what did neighbors tell you?
Scott, neighbors say Alexandra Leal was hit by a car while trying to pick up something off the side of the road. And that security video shows just what happened in the seconds before that devastating moment. A warning, some of this is hard to hear. Here you can see Alexandra Leal and another person pull over on the side of Lyndhurst Drive after something allegedly fell out of their truck. Then the two start walking towards Kelly Street before they walk in front of a home. Moments later is when Leal was hit by a car. Seconds later, you see the driver speed off.
These incidents are bad enough as they are, but when you add in the fact that so many of them are hit and runs, that just makes them all that much more worse.
So far this year, Indy Pedestrian Safety Crisis has counted 99 hit and runs, 16 of which have been deadly.
So far in September, we've tracked 15 hit and runs, but just last month we tracked 20 in August alone.
A little over a month ago, the City County Council passed a plan known as Vision Zero. Its goal to eliminate any pedestrian or cyclist deaths from occurring in the city by 2035. John Barth, who represents District 7, says right now they're selecting the members of the Vision Zero Task Force. After that, plans will start being heard on how to make their goal happen.
The next step will be to do all that work and to put this plan out by next May or June, and then as we go through the 2026 budget process to allocate resources to ensure that we're doing the things we need to do to protect citizens.
But in the meantime, people on the road need to look out for one another.
Driving is a privilege, and there are a lot of responsibilities that come with it. And one of those is if you get into a crash, you need to stop and do what's right. Those first few minutes could be the difference between life and death for someone that is hit.
And while home security cameras may have caught the moment Leal was hit, IMPD says their license plate readers may lead them to the person who's responsible. Reporting here in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.
Tonight at 11, the head of Indiana State Police tells us his troopers could help the officer shortage that we're facing here in Indianapolis. Right now, IMPD is down 300 officers. So tonight, the police union is calling for higher pay, better schedules, and troopers filling city patrol shifts. Now, the state police is facing its own staffing shortage with more than 150 trooper positions currently unfilled. But the superintendent, Doug Carter, told us today they can pitch in if they're asked.
We all are hurting for people, but we can get a lot of people here into the city in a relatively short period of time. The challenge comes when we try and sustain that, because we're going to have to pull people from other parts of the state.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey told 13 News his staffing problem has not reached that point yet, but state police tonight are on standby. Superintendent Carter told us he doesn't need a formal agreement with Metro Police, saying troopers can step in quickly to supplement city patrols on a short-term basis. A proposal that would increase funding for Indy DPW is going before the full City County Council, but it may not get very far after a committee vote tonight. Our Logan Gay was at that meeting and joins us tonight at 11 in the newsroom. Logan, what happened?
Well, Scott, everyone agrees that the roads need to be fixed here in Marion County, but what the committee members did not agree on was where the money should come from.
Something needs to be done. I think Indianapolis can do better, deserves to do better.
Neighbors voicing their frustrations about Marion County roads to the City County Council's Public Works Committee, urging them to do something about it.
It's in absolute shambles. It's to the point where the city's not safe. It's not safe to drive. It's not safe to walk down the sidewalk.
I know people who have had varying degrees of accidents due to hitting potholes. So much personal property damage occurs to people's cars all the time. Most people don't have the extra money to fix this damage.
A proposal from Republican Councilor Josh Bain would allocate $225 million to the Department of Public Works for road and bridge repairs by reducing the budget from other non-exempt city departments that don't relate to public safety. Bain acknowledges it's a tough decision, but believes now is the time to act.
We're running out of road to kick the can down, and we have to make some uncomfortable decisions about what our budget priorities.
The committee voted 7-3 to send the proposal to the full council with a no-pass recommendation. While some council members said they appreciated Bain's efforts, some of them did not agree on where the money would come from.
So in fact, we're looking to cut city departments by about 50% between now and 2029. I don't think that's what the residents of Indianapolis and Marion County desire.
Your proposal would gut city services.
Dan Boots voted no on the proposal. He agrees that the roads do need work, but was not a fan of the timeline.
Just saying we're going to cut $225 million out of a budget that has to be approved and passed within 2 to 3 weeks is a Herculean task that we're not up to.
Some neighbors say they don't care where the money comes from, as long as the roads get better.
We have to do something. We're going to start losing people from our state.
This is why both sides promise to continue to explore alternative ways to find more revenue.
The proposal goes before the full council on Monday, September 23rd for a final vote.
We'll be there to cover it. Logan Gay, thanks so much. Tonight at 11, 2 men are now facing charges connected to recent attempted burglaries at gun stores in Greenwood. Investigators tonight are linking the two 18-year-olds from Indianapolis with 2 apparent attempted break-ins at different gun stores last week. Both of these men are facing 2 counts of attempted burglary and other charges. Right now, we are pushing to learn what brought investigators to the headquarters of Rahal Letterman Lanigan in Zionsville. Federal agents responded to that facility yesterday, and tonight, Racer.com is reporting that investigation is now linked to a suspected intellectual property transfer from a former Andretti Global employee who now works for Rahal Letterman Lanigan. So we reached out to Andretti Global today, but haven't heard back yet. Rahal Letterman Lanigan released a statement to 13 News saying it is cooperating with that investigation. Matt?
Hey Scott, tonight a new burn ban is out for Montgomery County. You guys in Crawfordsville and Whitesville, be on the lookout for this. We need some rain, and Scott, we finally have some rain chances on the way. Coming up tomorrow, there will be a few spotty showers that develop, especially later into the afternoon and evening, and we'll take anything we can get because we're running anywhere between 2 to 4 inches below where we should be just in the past 45 days. Here's what we're expecting. Generally, north of I-70, inch to 1.5 inches. That's all the way through Tuesday. South of Indy, about 1/2 inch. Not enough to make up the difference, but enough to get us somewhere. It's not all going to come in at once, though. We've got our first system, and then we've got another system out towards the west. We're going to time out when you can expect some rain, Scott, coming up.
Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. IMPD tonight just released the names of 2 officers who shot a man on the north side of Indianapolis. Police say Officer Michelle Clegg and Sergeant Evan Meyer responded to a hostage situation at a home near 79th and Keystone last week. That's when officers say they heard a woman scream and got into the house. Investigators say when a man started shooting at police, the 2 officers fired back. The suspect was taken to the hospital. No one else was hurt. Tonight, 4 people are under arrest, accused of shooting at an IMPD detective's police cruiser. We first brought you this story as breaking news last Wednesday at 11. This all unfolded near 16th and Sherman while police tried to serve a warrant. Governor Eric Holcomb tonight is asking people in Newton County to fly flags at half-staff in honor of a sheriff's deputy killed in the line of duty. That's from sunrise to sunset tomorrow. Corporal Brandon Schreiber passed away last week after being shot during a chase. We're getting our first look tonight at a new report about a deadly plane crash in Anderson. 4 people from Iowa died when the plane went down September 6th. Tonight, the NTSB says it found no evidence of structural failure from the small plane. Investigators are still working to figure out what led to that crash. Tonight, we're getting a clearer picture of what Indigo's Blue Line project will look like. The design is now complete. It includes nearly 10 miles of new or replaced sidewalks, 30 station platforms, 46 miles of resurfaced roads, and 63 new or upgraded traffic signals. It'll run from Cumberland to the Indianapolis International Airport. Construction is expected to begin next year with the line opening in 2027. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.